Good evening. I want to tell you thank you so much for coming to our holiday Hoedown winter performance. The students have been working so incredibly hard to bring you a performance that integrates their PE, their music, and their language arts. As you will see, we have purposefully chosen challenging songs, readings, and even dance steps as a way to stretch the students out of their comfort zones, to give them the opportunity to grow. So please cheer loudly for their efforts and dedication to becoming performers. As always, we are especially appreciative of the support from our community. Thank you for taking the time from your extremely busy week to come and support our students, as well as our small school. Before we begin, I'd like to welcome our Blaine School District Superintendent, Mr. Spanier. And I'd also like to invite our principal, Mr. Baldwin, to say a few words.
I feel like howdy is the best word I could start with. I like the theme. My name is Craig Baldwin. I'm the principal at Blaine Elementary and Point Roberts Primary School. I always enjoy coming up to this event each year because I think it's a really special thing to see a community come together. I hope you'll not take offense to this, but today somebody asked me about coming up to this, and I likened it to a Hallmark movie because there's all these people in the room together, and it just has this warm feeling, and so it's just a special event, and I'm privileged to be here. I want to thank Jesse and Tammy and Anita and Sue for all the work that they do to support the school and make it work each day. They work extremely hard, so they deserve that. I also know it takes a lot of community members and specifically parents coming in and supporting the school. So I know your PTO is very vibrant, you have arts in your school, you have a variety of really great experiences. So thank you for all your contributions to this community school. So thank you very much for having us up here tonight, and good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Baldwin. Students, are you ready? Please join me on stage. Excellent job. Bodie and Kylie, you can come and sit down in your chairs. I want to introduce the next 4 students to you. They have been working extremely hard, both in school and out of school. You can pick up your recorders. They have been practicing songs that are extremely difficult. And we have been very, very fortunate over the past couple years to have professional musicians who actually come into our school and teach the students music. Lucy Williams and Pat Holt volunteer their time on a weekly basis to come in, teach the students recorders. When we started a couple years ago, they knew very basic songs. They actually read finger numbers rather than notes, and they were not familiar with the notes on the music staff. However, they've been working very hard to recognize music notes as well as the letter names of them. And they're actually going to be playing a couple songs that will be engaging 7 of their fingers. The very most simple note on a recorder only uses 2 fingers, and they're going to be using 2 and then jumping all the way to 7, which is very, very difficult. I've tried to play with them and they told me I was messing them up, so they're very good at this. The 2 songs that they're going to be playing on the recorder for you are Old Brass Wagon and My Old Pal Joe. Thank you, Winter and Megan and Lily and David. You can come down and sit in the front row. One of our music teachers, Lucy, was unable to attend tonight, but Pat is here. And at this time, I would like to invite Pat up. We have a small token of our appreciation, but we wanted to honor her because of all of her time and dedication that she gives to us. Pat, are you in here?
Thank you very much to Jessie and to Tammy. Lucy couldn't be here tonight because she's busy playing at another concert in Vancouver because she's a very busy music person. If you know her on the point here, you see her playing at the church and in various places around. So we really enjoy music together, and we've just had a ball teaching these kids how to play and progress in their music. Thank you, kids. You did a really good job.
Our performance is going to be broken up into about 3 different parts. So that was our first part that was done on the recorder. And now we're going to be moving into the part where we intermixed some of our language arts and we practiced in our classroom over the last month. We will be having 4 different collaborative poems that the students will be working on. And the goal of these readings, as the students were working on these in the classroom, was to read with expression, read slowly, read clearly, learn how to perform. They're all poems, and so they have to be able to recognize punctuation, make sure that they're stopping at the proper times, and then speak up. And so this was quite a challenge. We practiced on the microphone often over the last several weeks, and they're doing a great job. And so before I introduce our first two students who will be doing a collaborative piece, I want to introduce our new student to you. William just came to us a week ago. William is going to be my assistant in handing out the microphones. William, can you come on up and grab your hay-bale? He will be joining us in the dances, but it was just a little too late in order to have a reading part. So our first readers tonight are going to be Kylie and Bodie. Kylie and Bodie will be doing the poem titled Trees. Kylie and Bodie, can you please join me on the stage?
Trees are short and trees are tall, and some drop leaves to play in fall. Trees are fat and trees are thin, with windows where the sun looks in. Trees are big and trees are small, but Christmas trees are the best of all.
Thank you, Kylie and Bodie. Excellent job. You can have a seat in your chair, Bodie. We have a special poem done by two sisters who will be collaborating together. Both Megan and Lily are going to be doing a poem called A Cowboy's Lullaby. Megan and Lily, can you please join us on the stage?
A cowboy ball. The wolf on the hill, as he cries to the moon, the cricket who chirps with a sweet simple tune, the snap of the campfire keeping me warm, the thunder and roll of a far distant storm. The whispering wind as it rustles the trees, the babbling stream as it runs to the seas, the hoot of the owl and the croak of the frog, the soft steady snore of my own faithful dog. When darkness has come and the stars are in sight, I love the sounds that I hear in the night. I love every crackle, each rattle and peep, but not alone when I'm trying to sleep.
Thank you so much, Megan and Lily. Our third poem will be read by Winter, Cedar, and David. The boys will be sharing a poem, which is called A Cowboy's Letter to Santa. This poem is by Eric Odie, and this is actually a special poem. We had the privilege last year of having Eric Odie join our school. This was hosted by our PTO, and it was also hosted by two of our parents, Andrea and Jeff, who were very, very generous in bringing him to our school. We were very appreciative of that, and so we wanted to find a way to put Eric Odie into our poem and into our performance. So these next three boys will be sharing a poem by Eric Odie. Winter, Cedar, and David, can you please join us on the stage?
letter to Santa. Dear Santa, the year is nearly over. I've been trying to be good. I've roped and rounded cattle like a working cowboy would. I've led them to the pastures and I've led them through the plains. I've crossed them over mountains in the icy winter rain. The gifts you brought a year ago, they certainly are swell. I like the boots, I like the vest, I like the hat as well. The saddle's still as good as new, I try to keep it clean. The bridle bits and stirrups are the best I've ever seen.
I'll keep this very simple, little basic buckaroo. The gifts you bought a year ago are mighty fine, it's true. There's no time complaining, I was much obliged, of course. The poker stickle's dandy, but I really need a horse.
Thank you, boys. You may return to your seats and get ready for our next part. Thank you, William. Our final reading is a holiday poem that was written for the Thanksgiving holiday in 1844. It was written by Lydia Marie Child. It's a very famous poem. You'll recognize it. It's been turned into songs, it's been turned into books, it's been turned into different poems. It's also been altered to fit Thanksgiving as well as Christmas. The students of Point Roberts Primary will now be sharing Over the River and Through the Wood. Students, when you hear your name, please join me on stage. Megan, David, Winter, Lily, Cedar, Bodie, and Kylie.
Over the river and through the woods, grandfather's house we go. The horse knows ways of carrying the sling through white and drifted snow. Over the river and through the wood, to grandfather's house away. We would not stop for dole or chop, for 'tis Christmas Day. Over the river and through the wood, how the wind does blow. It stings the toes and bites the nose, and over the ground we go. Over the river and through the wood, with the clear blue winter sky, the dogs do bark as children hark as we go jingling. Over the river and through the wood, to have a first-rate play. Hear the bells ring, tingling ding, hurrah for Christmas Day. Over the river and through the wood, no matter the winds that blow. Where if we get the sleigh is fit into a bank of snow. Over the river and through the wood to see little John and Anne. We will kiss them all and play snowball and stay as long as we can. Over the river and through the wood, trot fast by dappled gray, spring over the ground like an hunting hound, for 'tis Christmas Day.
Over the river, through the wood, and straight through the barnyard gate. We seem to go extremely slow, it is so hard to wait. Over the river and through the wood, oh, the chariot hears our bells. He shakes his power with a loud bow wow and custom music bells.
Over the river and through the wood, grandmother sees us come. She'll say, oh dear, the children are here, bring a pie for everyone. Over the river and through the wood, now grandmother's cap I spy. Hurrah for the fun, it's the pudding done. Hurrah for pumpkin pie.
Excellent job. Winter singing performance. Students, please get into your dancing positions. I would like to thank Mrs. McDonald, Tammy McDonald, for all of her hard work she has taken on teaching the kids this dance, which is a square dance. And this is the very first time that a lot of these kids have ever worked together, learned steps, memorized them, had to be in rhythm with one another in order to perform. So they've done a great job, and it's been wonderful to be able to see them progress in this. Excellent. Very good. David, could you please hand out our glasses? Back row, could you please join the front row? We have one final piece, which is a jazzy Christmas tune called Blitzon's Boogie. William and Megan, can you come join the front row, please? for all of your very hard work. Can you join me in the front? Use the stairs. Thank you, David, for collecting the glasses. Again, I want to thank you so much for coming and supporting our school. I also want to say thank you to two very special people who help us immensely behind the scenes. Ben and Bennett are part of our Parks Board, and we would like to have them come up and honor them and say thank you because they help our school as well as help set things like this up that we just couldn't do without them. So Bennett and Ben, please come.
Except you look like that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The last person that I want to invite up is Quinnen. Quinnen is one of our co-PTO presidents. Both Quinnen and Ashley do a lot of work for our PTO, and so Quinnen just has a few words to say, and then we're going to have some time to socialize and mingle. Thank you.
So thanks for coming. We really appreciate it. And tonight we have a raffle and silent auction to raise money for our school. With your generous support, the children at our school will be visiting the Vancouver Planetarium and taking a trip to see live theater. The PTO has also been purchasing cooking and baking supplies so that Mrs. Henningham and Mrs. McDonald can teach our children to cook for themselves. Last month, instead of the PTO providing a pizza lunch, the children made their own pizzas, which apparently was very delicious and really satisfying. Last summer we purchased an outdoor bench to share with the community, and we hope to do more community projects for the future with the money that we raise. We have a wonderful prizes tonight. I was touched by the enthusiasm and generosity of all of our donors. We have tickets for the Vancouver Giants, the Vancouver Art Gallery, the Vancouver Aquarium, and the Bald Eagle Golf Course. The Modern Music School in Tawasin has given us a month of free music classes. And then parents, staff, and local businesses have made some beautiful gift baskets as well. So if you haven't bought any tickets yet, you can get them from Heather, who'll be back at the table selling them again. We also have yummy baked goods that staff and parents have made, and we want you to just help yourself and enjoy those. We'll be drawing the raffle in 20 minutes, but before you get up, please just look under your chair and see if there's a peppermint candy. And if there's not one under your chair, then look to the chair next to you. They should take underneath. And I know the general area. Yes. So you win a kite. A kite. Nilsson's Building Center donated a kite, so you get to take home a kite. I know, I'm so happy. So thanks again, everybody, for supporting our school. We really appreciate you all coming out.